Hi, my name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Today I'll be taking a look at the beautiful modelled synth sounds of Atom by Baby Audio, so let's oge! Atoms is a beautiful and unique synth plugin that uses cutting-edge physical modelling to generate an endless variety of organic and otherworldly sounds that will surprise and delight its users. The UI is incredibly simple to use and very stylish. I've really fallen in love with the stunning sounds that are perfect for soundscapes. It is available on the iOS App Store for the introductory price of $19.99 and works on all iOS devices. That price will go up soon, so make sure you get it while you can. It's also available on the desktop and the Mac at 50% off for $49 for the Black Friday sales. In fact, all of Baby Audio's apps are on sale, including desktop and iOS for the Black Friday sales. So go and check them out and go and grab them while you can. In the meantime, let's take a listen to a demo that I made with this wonderful app. Okay, so here we are in AUM, and let's get this demo rocking. We're going to create an audio track. We're going to load up an instance of Atoms. We'll make it full screen, and then we will add our key step 37. So that's all added now. Let's show you that. So here we are. Let's hear it straight out of the box with the first preset that's loaded. Nice. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with the presets today. So let's take a look over here what you get. So you can see here you've got these little discs, and there's two of them. You can get expansion packs as well. We'll cover that maybe in another show. You have a user disc here. So you've got a whole bunch of things. You can import and export up here. You can do all that. You've got a dice, you've got a save button and a garbage button. So if you want to save a new one, you can just say demo, hit confirm, and that will be saved in your user bank down the bottom here. Now, if you scroll along here, it will flip through the cartridges. So we're now in the top, so they'll highlight as well. So if we keep scrolling, you'll see eventually we'll get to the radioactive. If we keep going, there's the radioactive expansion pack. And then all the way down the bottom is your user. But you can flick through them like this as well. Also, right up the top, when we come up, there is an init patch here as well. So let's click on that and get out of here and let you hear what's going on. So this is modeling, yeah? So you can get some really interesting sounds. You would have seen a lot of string modeling and all that kind of stuff, but it's done a little bit differently. And you've got to admit the interface is just really clean, really simple. I really like it. Of course, we've got a magic dice here. We flick this. Click it again, you're going to get and every time I hit, it's very rare you get something that's really terrible. Always really fascinating sounds that are coming out of this. Okay, to show you the next one, let's click over here and we'll click this bowed steel ambient and let's play that. So you have this recycle one next to the dice. Now this doesn't change up the sound so much. It keeps all of the sounds that are here, but it just kind of recycles and jumbles them around a little bit. So let's do that. So pay attention when I ring this, when I hit it. You'll see some of the ones down here are moving, these are moving, but we've still got pretty much the same kind of thing, just being recycled a little bit, yeah? Really neat if you get something, you just want to vary it up a little bit. Fantastic stuff. There is a lock button here. So when you click this, all of these, you'll see they've got a little lock on them. So I can now come in here, lock whatever I want, like so. And now when I run the die, make sure we're all locked. So these are all still locked. Run the die and bang, you can see everything else is changing apart from those. So pretty standard feature there. If I want to come and unlock them, just come over here, yoink. Unlock these ones. So these are your locked ones. Where are we going? These are all locked. Let's unlock, 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 done. They're all unlocked and ready to go. If we do a recycle now or a dice. So we have an undo button as well too. So nice undo. Now this is your help. It's a quick start guide. If you want to go through it, it's got 1 out of 7 steps. You can end it here. Say yes, please, done. This is for modulation, MPE. So down here, you've got your help guide. MIDI polyphonic expression registers aftertouch and adds MPE to the motion menus. Currently disabled. Click it, it glows. That means it's enabled. Mod wheel parameter control registers mod wheel and adds mod to the motion menus. Currently enabled. And so there you go. That is for that. You have a toggle between monophonic and polyphonic. So you can see when it's the single dot, it's mono. Triple dots is polyphonic. You have a global tuning up here that you can go up by whatever sense you like. That's fantastic. And here is a panic button. So you can just hit this at any time. Hit that panic. And it just stops everything. In our settings, we can change the color or the brightness from bright to dark, up to you. We have our information option there. So once that's lit, whatever you click will give you information. And we have this little thing here. Now, I keep forgetting what this does. Enable echo mode stops all the voices and disables the chaos parameter, right? So you can see these are, they've been disabled. Turn that back on. They are now enabled. So it looks like these two. Yeah. So you can go ahead and do that. That is an eco mode. All right, let's talk about these things. So we'll come up here and we'll set the init patch. Now, these are your main parameters. I'll read through these. I can click on them and read what it says here. Introduces non-linear behavior such as pitch, glides, and detuning. Nice. Force is the next one. We'll go across actually. Go to order. Order adds high frequency dampening, yeah? So you'll hear this dampen. Pretty self-explanatory there. Our force one, so these are just the light examples, what it says down here, controls the pressure of the bow. I keep moving the mouse, the pressure of the bow on the mass spring network, adds noises from increased friction. So think about the bow being hit really hard with force. Let's bring that down. Next is overtones. Overtones changes the position of the bow on the mass spring network. So higher values create sharper overtones. And of course, our last one down here is drive, harmonic clipping, and wave shaping functions. And down the bottom here, we have a filter. So low pass filter, you can change that by clicking up here. You can change between those filters. Sorry, we'll go down here, off. Here, so you've got modulation as well for all of this. So there's your filter. And just by touching over here, you can change that out as well. So the filter is a traditional low pass with resonance for more shaping, can be low pass for filter sweeps. Now we'll come to LFOs shortly. Let's go down the bottom here. So this is our root. This transposes the root octave. So if I pull this down all the way, as you can see on the keyboard, let's bring it back up to the center there. Just drag it up with my finger at 0. If we pull it down, and we can go all the way up. Now you'll notice if I play a note, and so you can change that while you're mid-playing, which is great. Now let's go through these profiles. So I'm going to choose a patch from here. Let's choose this one here. And we'll find something else. There we go, these alien atmospheres. Okay, so we have these 4 profiles down here. Now these are really, 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 really cool. Let me tell you about the profiles. Just give me a second. So profiles we've got here. Now, if I hold down on them, you'll see them. So this one, change the mass spring network to a standard. So this is classed as standard. Writes it down the bottom there. When you hover over, you can see underneath, standard sound. The next one to it is inharmonic, and you'll hear these inharmonic notes. I'll play the same thing. In fact, let's go back here and do a knit patch, and we'll create something. I'm going to add some attack to this. Bit of release. We'll cover that in a second. Now let's change profiles. So this is now the inharmonic. Beautiful inharmonic tones there. The next one, the third one down here, is alternative. So this one says alternative stops all voices, and the final one is lo-fi. Change the mass spring network to a lo-fi. That's fairly boring at the moment because there's no real movement going on. Attack and release, you know what that is. If we bring the attack all the way down, bring that release down. You want to get a pad kind of sound, bring that attack up, release up. You're going to get these. Get your pads going, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. So what else do we have here? So we're going to get to the LFOs shortly. We're going to move across now to our movement, modulation, and vibrato. So you can turn now anything, if you want to like assign a MIDI controller to this, just hold down on any of these and you'll get the option to MIDI learn. Now this has two sides to it, so I can MIDI learn one side. So it's completely up to you how you MIDI learn these. All you got to do is press it and just do the thing that you're going to do. So there we go. I've CC'd 74. Let's do the other side. And now we've got 71 just to show you these two knobs on the keyboard here. So now you can see I can move both of these together at the same time. And we're adding movement to the filter currently because that is assigned to the filter. If we come over here and hold down on the filter, let me go full screen, you'll see this is assigned as well. So it's actually, well, it's got no motion. There we go. So you can see when we're changing the movement here, that is changing the filter. Beautiful stuff. And now you can do that for any of these. We can come in here to modulation, hold down, and we can MIDI learn both sides as well. Let's bring these down. Let's let you hear what it sounds like. Beautiful. Let's turn off these. We should be able to hold down and turn them off. And now we can come in here, we can assign these ones. Let's learn both of these to the same. So 74, 71. And listen to our modulation. Going to turn off the filter for the filter. All right, let's turn this one off and go one off, that off, and we'll assign this to, so currently the vibrato is set to C1. Let's try that. That is our mod wheel. So you can hear that getting vibrato there as well. You can turn these down. Anything can be assigned. We also have some reverb here. Let's come back to full screen. For any good pad, you're going to want to have some reverb. So you can see you've got an XY there. It's so wild. I love it. Let's bring up that reverb up here. Let's talk about modulation. So to modulate any of this stuff, you can see along here, each one of these, every one of these modules here has a little section down the bottom. This is modulation. You've got a sine, saw, drift, MPE. You can lock this to your BPM, backwards and forwards, and we've got a whole bunch of options here. Let's get into those in a second. Just give me a moment. Here we are. Boom. So let's get something moving here. So we'll click the sign and you'll see straight away we've got some movement. We can control the speed of that here. So we can go super fast. We can lock this to the BPM by hitting the chain, 4 bars, and we're locked to the door. Let's just turn that off and go a bit random. So we can slow that down, and then up here we can control how far we want this to go, the LFO. So let's bring this right back and click on here. So we've got a sine now running. We can change this to a saw. We have this drift, so this is like a random. You'll just watch it move. It moves back and forward and back and climbs. I just love the sounds in this thing. So we also can decide the direction of this to go. So for the drift. So we're set to drift now. With drift, we can't lock this to a BPM, right? So drift runs by a percentage here when we're set to drift. Let's show you that. But we can change invert the automation direction by clicking here. Disabled, sorry, when it's on drift. Let's come over here. I'm not reading things right. Okay, so when we are in drift, all that gets disabled. Here we are in drift. And lastly, on the end here, we have this F here, and what the F does that stand for? So that is free. Then we have re-trigger. And it says here, change LFO mode, free, re-trigger, hold. LFO starts with each note, so and that is on R. Then hold is behaves like a re-trigger but stops after one cycle. So here's what's really cool. See this little circle up here? If I want to copy this, I can just copy this so this whole LFO, I can copy it to wherever I want. Say I want it on the overtones, I can grab it and just drag it onto there, and now we have so really, really neat stuff. Let's come in here and mess about with the modulation in here. We'll do like a drift, give it some drift. The drive, let's come over here to drive. We'll do a sine, bring that right down, lock it to the BPM. Let's say, here we go, quarter. And of course, everything can be done. So the order can be done as well with modulation. You can just get it all going as you want. Let's bring this in, make it a bit tighter up here. And we'll come in here, slow that down a bit. And even your filter as well. So we can add some resonance to it. Let's come up here, do a sine. Let's lock it. Beautiful, yeah, and there's a heap of sounds in here. Remember, we haven't even added any movement modulation or vibrato down here. Shall we go through some presets? I think we should. Indeed do. Let's go through. So you can see here they are broken up into titles. We have ambient, bass, keys, lead, pads, plucks, pulsings, and then we move to the second pack, the expansion pack, which has drones, bass, effects, keys, lead, pads, sequence. So you've got plenty of stuff in here. Let's start with some drones in here. Why not? Going to go polyphonic. course, I'm not going to go through all of the sounds today. Wow, that's so good. So these are ambient tones at the moment. Wicked. We've got bass tones. Shall we create something? Let's why not? Let's just do something. So we'll get like a scaler in here. We'll do something really simple in scaler. First we'll send this out to here. And we'll go into scaler. And let's just choose something really simple from here. Something like an 80s thing. There we go. That'll do, and we'll go into perform and we'll change this to a bass, something like, what do? We'll do like a bass, common bass, I don't know, like a straight, just a straight 2. And remember, we can change the octave down here if it doesn't fit. Don't have to go into scaler. We've got to splat the clat. We'll add a Doctor vibe, what we had going on earlier as well. Change these profiles out. Let's add another atoms. Maybe a bounce bud. We'll find some pads. throw in another one in here. And we'll come in here, we'll add something ambient. Raise that root note up a bit. Going to copy this scalar now. Let's stop this and copy here. We'll add another atoms in here. We'll give this one a bit of reverb. I love that crackle that's coming on from Dr. Vibe. And we'll send this out to this last one. We'll come here and turn off the perform. Set a crystalline. Evil. In fact, needs to be in key, doesn't it? E minor scale. That's what's wrong. What was it? E flat minor? That would help. I don't know what we're doing here. Anyway, I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of the sounds. Let's get rid of this Dr. Vibe here. You can be quiet. Doosh. Down you go. So yeah, there's heaps and heaps of sounds. Now the most beautiful way to come in here is to find, you know, a sound that you like and expand on that. Yeah. So we've got this bass here that's connected at the moment. Let's just go in here and connect our keyboard. So as you can see, I'm just holding down chords and we're getting all that extra movement. This is incoming. We've got some leads in here. some really wild, dark, David Lynchy kind of stuff, yeah? So we've got a whole lot of plucks as well. I didn't really cover some plucks, but they are in here. They're in the initial demo that I played. This is the thing. If just by playing these few sounds isn't enough to whet your appetite and want to grab it and experiment yourself, I don't know what will. I can sit here and bore you absolutely mindless by going through every preset, but I'm sure there's other channels that have already gone and done that for you. Lastly, we will come back over here to this page here, and let's jump into this Adams here. This is on the Baby Audio website. Go to product, because there are also wonderful new preset packs. So you can see this is what you get included. You get the factory presets and radioactive. Now there are some great videos on here as well. You can go to expansion packs, and here we go. So these are the expansion packs. Ambient excursions. So a whole bunch in there. We've got atmospheres, 104 presets. That is atmospheres. That's the one. So Signs of Life, and you've got Alone in Cryoto. So I think they're the three ones that you can get. Pretty damn nice, and they all come in this pack here for $29. Now I'm pretty sure they work on iOS as well. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure you can load them into iOS as well. So look, there's heaps of them. 104, 50. So yeah, over 200 in there for 29 extra bucks. Pretty damn cool. Okay, let's get out of here for today. Are you enjoying the content here on the channel? Please let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, please do me a solid and smash the like, hit that subscribe, and ring the bell to keep up with all of the latest app demos and live streams. You can also support the channel by becoming a member or even a Patreon via the links below. So that is Adams by Baby Audio. What a beautiful and utterly interesting customizable synth. It's available on the iOS App Store for the introductory price of $19.99 for all iOS devices. The price will go up, so get on it. It's also available on desktop and Mac at 50% off currently for $49 for the Black Friday sales. All their apps are on sale for Black Friday, so go check them out. And now it's time to get out of here for the day. So please remember to do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake and let's Oj!